this game ends up going the distance here, simply because... Welcome to Iron Fortress, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the venue for game number 3 between our two players currently vying for the title of the Hot Seat King of the Hill. Spawning in the left-hand position as the Red Terran, representing TeamLiquid.net, the winner of the past 4 Hot Seat broadcasts. Is he going to make it 5 in a row and set a new record? It's Liquid Bunny. His opponent spawns in the top right-hand position as the blue Protoss player. He represents Team Alternate and has currently made a bit of a name for himself in WCS. He won the last game to bring the series back to level pegging at 1-all. Can he go one better and take a step ahead? It's Alternate ShoWTimE. Alright. So guys, as you can see, gas already mining, but not at a rate that will see Bunny have 100 gas by the time this barracks completes. He didn't go gas first this time around. He's going for that barracks first opening, playing a little bit more conventional. It could well be that we very simply just see the Reaper coming out of him right now, and indeed that's what happens. So Bunny going back to, I want to say, like the build that we've seen him famous for on almost all of the Hot Seat productions here. Giant Zerg logo in the middle of the map. I'm not sure why Terrans and Protosses would be fighting over this. Might be some sort of Kerrigan artifact, who knows? As we are going to initially see Bunny scout to the incorrect location in the southeast. But ShoWTimE, oh, I like the placement of this pile, at least initially. It's really nice for scouting initially, but later on, it's very, very susceptible to drops. It's not the kind of pylon where you want to be hiding tech near here. It's very easy to snipe it from the ramp. It's very easy for anything with medevac or Viking vision to sort of hit that there. Or Banshee, although you wouldn't normally use a Banshee for vision, I would hope. And ShoWTimE now going to be scouting to the top left as well. Bunny, in the meantime, is going to be eliminating with his Reaper the top left position, and that's going to confirm that they are in cross spawn. A little bit frustrating for Bunny. Oh, he might give a little bit of contradictory information here, because look, the Reapers come from the top left, guys, and it's managed to kill off this probe. I think ShoWTimE might suspect that Bunny's in the top left because of that. But Bunny is, in fact, in the cross position. That could play to his favor if he's trying to sneak ahead economically. ShoWTimE might be planning an attack against the wrong position. So that is worth noting here. Very, very important development in this game. We have the command center going down on the low ground now as well. I wonder if Bunny... Well, Bunny obviously killed the probe, so he knows that... ShoWTimE spotted the location of the Reaper. I wonder if that therefore means that ShoWTimE, that Bunny knows that ShoWTimE might have misleading information right now. Bunny didn't plan it this way, guys. He scouted, he tried to make sure his opponent wasn't there, he realized that, and then happened to bump into the probe. So I think that's really important to note. The Reaper's now going to continue to be annoying to try and keep ShoWTimE in his base for as long as possible. And it's going to be quite a while, I think, before ShoWTimE confirms the spawning location of Bunny. So that could be very interesting here indeed. We have the Reaper coming into the main base. That's not going to survive very long. And, well, the robotics facility was there. Was it actually scouted by the Reaper? No, it was not. It wasn't able to come in and see it once again. The Twilight Council also has not been seen, by the way. So, a Twilight and Robo from ShoWTimE, both unscouted. Bunny currently clueless as to what the tech of his opponent is. ShoWTimE currently clueless as to what the spawn location of his opponent is. We have the third command center coming down. It looks like we have a Marine Widow Mine drop coming out here for Bunny, potentially. And we have a Marine in the middle of the map to sort of check to see if he can actually use this Zelnaga tower to shorten the distance for a potential drop, I believe. Look, we can see them sort of queuing up here. And here comes the medevac. It's just going to be the 2 Widow Mines. Are we going to see some Marines as well? No, they're staying in the mineral line by the looks of things to ward off any potential Oracle play. We are just going to see the 2 Widow Mines coming in via the center here. And I don't think the probe at any point got control of that watchtower, but the medevac is out of sight of it anyway. And ShoWTimE at the moment, aside from seeing a Marine in the middle, which admittedly is a little bit of a clue just because you have to go through the middle to get to the other side. I mean, if they were spawning, you know, both on top, it'd be slightly less important. Still hasn't confirmed the starting location of Bunny. Bunny about to move in to the natural expansion with this. See the robotics bay going down behind the mineral line as well, so that's going to be a little bit of free scouting information. Instantaneous photon overcharge there, and unfortunately the observer is going to be able to stop this straight away as well. And this widow mine is... oh, not quite going down, and that's 5 workers killed now this game. Whoopsie daisies. Thinking he might be able to stick a single probe on top of that, not able to react quite quickly enough. And that will go down, but let's not forget, the price for that as well was complete scouting information. Robotics Bay was scouted, and you can see it's going to be a double forge setup here inside the main base. Nothing is left to chance. Nothing's left to question here from Liquid Bunny's point of view. So he does have a full bit of scouting information. He's got a second medevac with 2 more of these widow mines in them now as well. And ShoWTimE getting himself in position. He does now see with an observer that his opponent is in fact cross spawns. Will spot the additional production coming down inside his main base as well. And this is a valuable scout. This is a very valuable scout here. The medevac spotting the very moment that the probe puts down the 3rd nexus. And the probe actually sees the medevac as well. He saw the dot on his map. Leaving a single widow mine there, possibly burying it and just allowing it to stay there until probes get transferred. When they get transferred, guys, they transfer in a line, so this could end up doing an awful lot of damage here. We have the medevac now coming into the natural, only with the 1 widow mine in it, but that is not known to ShoWTimE right now. And well, this one probe is going to discover very quickly. Did he actually spot that? Well, he does now. Sneaky widow mine is sneaky, ladies and gents. And that's going to be that for now in terms of aggression. At the end of the day, you're just not quite able to get anything done. 6 workers killed, including that one that got killed just now. This observer is going to be able to fly around here to spot for this medevac. We've got Colossus production on the way. We have armory and a second engineering bay for those double ups coming in from Liquid Bunny now as well. We have a reactor down on the starport. We're really starting to ramp up production. All of our barracks have add-ons on top of them. Stim, Combat Shield, and +1 are all nearly done. Is this going to result in a timing? Well, 3rd base up here says, we actually need to make sure something is back here to defend. Look at the distance between the natural and the 3rd, guys. It's quite large. Even Stim Marines still take time to cover that kind of distance. And, I don't know, I want to say like potential warp prism play and stuff like that could end up being quite beneficial here for ShoWTimE if he's able to do that. You can see the medevac moving back empty-handed now, no widow mines within it, and no additional work is killed there as well on that tab. And more pylons being placed along this top corridor to try and spot as many of those medevacs as possible before they actually come into drop. And historically in this series so far, ShoWTimE's been slightly susceptible to that, so it's good to see him taking these kind of precautions here in game number 3. Now, we have a bit of a move out coming here from Liquid Bunny. I want to say it's not everything he has. Okay, well, he's got some Vikings back at home. He's going to have them join the army soon, no doubt. Individual units just popping in and out of range of that Zelnaga watchtower. We can see the observers here being very quiet, but we'll be able to see that the army is in fact moving out. And this is going to allow ShoWTimE to time his warp-ins here and sort of get in position with his Colossi. Has to be very careful. There's a lot of open space here. There aren't that many ramps to hide up behind. So stims forward into the Colossus, unless you have excellent force fields, can be quite troublesome. So using positions like this one is fantastic. But once he gets out into the middle of the map, everything is fair game, and he needs to be very careful indeed. And I think Bunny's looking to take advantage of that right now, because we have a situation where 4 Vikings at a time are being produced. He is not banking on a switch into those High Templars, although I have to say, guys, last game, very big base and switch into High Templars and Storm from ShoWTimE, left Bunny with an awful lot of Vikings, and ShoWTimE was able to win off the back of that, so I mean, it could work again, but it doesn't look like ShoWTimE's going for that route this time around. He's just going for as many upgrades as physically possible right now. Chrono boosting out Zealot charge as well, but to my knowledge there is no Templar archives on the field. No, there is not. And, oh, needs to be careful with those Stalkers. Nice pick off of both Medivacs, but he needs to blink back very quickly. Might have been able to save one of those Stalkers. I like that Medivac pick off. And Bunny is looking to become a little bit more aggressive now. There are 4 Colossi with this army. What does the Viking count look like? It looks like 7 at the moment. And, you know, 4 Colossi, 7 Vikings. I mean, you can still do so much damage with 4 Colossi before they go down. This is a very, very careful engagement and will come down to positioning, combination of force fields, and where the Colossi are going to be. Great placement of this observer, by the way. Is it spotted? Oh, it is. So really good eyes there from Bunny as well, reacting to that potential scouting information as ShoWTimE feeling a little bit less patient now than he was before, but losing 2 of those Vikings unnecessarily. Are doing a good job hallucinating a couple of Colossi as well. Do we have any force fields? We probably need to see some with this effort here. And, oh, this is a tricky situation to have, but there's so much bio. The scan, by the way, showing that we do have some fake Colossi on the field if you take a look at Bunny's vision there. And he is going to be forced to retreat. One of the hallucinations got killed off. There are still 3 legit ones left. Only 3 Vikings left in this army composition right now. And ShoWTimE's looking to try and pick off a couple of these Medivacs. And both sides need to be careful not to overextend here. Those Colossi, if they get within range of the bio, very, very devastating. But if they move out without adequate support, then all of a sudden the Stimmen and the Marauders kill you off as well. 4th base now becoming a planetary fortress from Bunny behind this. He's taken a position in the middle of the map. And he's saying, well, you're basically defensive against my poking and prodding right now. So I doubt you're going to be launching any sort of simultaneous attack against my position here. So, Dark Shrine going up for our Protoss. Perhaps an attempt here at straight Archons, but almost certainly we're going to be seeing some degree of sort of a backhanded harass, maybe sending 1 to this base, for example, although a missile turret is going up right now, and he won't be able to get any purchase in the planetary fortress, but he might be able to do some harassment and force a couple of scans out in the field. We're getting shield upgrades now as well, which does support the theory of a potential Archon charge lot transition a little later on from our Protoss player. And in the meantime, we've got +2 weapons upgrade for vehicles now coming out from ShoWTimE, Bunny rather, and that's going to be able to improve, of course, how quickly his Vikings can take down the Colossi. And there are a sizable number of them. There are 14 of them with this army right now. And, well, that's double vision and a half, guys, as they follow the Medivac around by the looks of things. The Observer, once again, excellent positioning from ShoWTimE there, will be able to see absolutely everything. And there is the Templar Archives as well. So, Dark Templar potentially getting warped in. Let's keep an eye on that. There's the DT warp in. All right. Whereabouts is it? Is it here? Nope. Is it there? Nope. We're playing Spot the DT, guys. Oh, there's one of them. Okay, we've managed to spot them. And the other one is sort of chilling by a pylon over here. But in the meantime, Bunny is looking to make his voice heard and move forward. And, well, there's a missile turret here, so we know exactly what's happening. Unfortunately, there is nothing to stop this Dark Templar right now. Oh, a couple of Marines might say no to that. But good exit there. 5 kills. And Bunny looking like he might get aggressive at some point very, very soon. He's got 5 Ghosts now with this army composition and 15 Vikings. That is a substantial number. And 6 Colossus, that's great. 14 Stalkers, that's okay. 28 Zealots is really where he's going to be able to have the meat of this army hold, while the Colossi do their splash damage. We need to see some Storms in there as well, because this army is looking pretty scary for Bunny. It's 4 bases versus 4, by the way, because this Nexus has just been taken from ShoWTimE. It's not currently mining. Both sides posturing a little bit. Good time warp delaying this engagement, but are there any force fields here? It doesn't look like it, and these Vikings are going to town. The Colossi are falling over like nobody's business, and I feel like Bunny is having a fantastic position in this engagement. There are no Storms. There's no more splash damage with this army, and ShoWTimE is forced to pull back with 120 supply versus 164. An extra scan going down to pick off the Dark Templar that was just being very, very annoying in the army, and this base is certainly a goner. All the probes here will not be able to escape, and, well, I don't really see what the answer to this is, unfortunately. That was just a really, really good engagement. There wasn't enough damage. There weren't Storms. I mean, a Storm there was great, but really we needed to see them back here now. And Bunny is starting to overrun ShoWTimE. He's at 178 supply versus 112. ShoWTimE, massive warp in of Zealots and Dark Templars, trying to see if he can force his way through this bio army with those charge lots and Archons. He might be able to do just that. Good use of the Observer there to kill off the residual ghost, but look at the size of this army. It's 126 versus 58 as far as army supply is concerned. Bunny is just patiently waiting till the point where he feels he can push forward and win. And that point, guys, just, you know, spoiler alert and all, it's basically now. He moves in. If this base goes down as well, then ShoWTimE is stuck on 2 bases. It looks like these Stalkers are going to get fed through the meat grinder, and yes, the DCs are doing a lot of damage, but I think they need to do even more than that. 160 to 80 supply now. Our Terran player doubling the supply, and even if this attack gets pushed back, his advantage is just so huge. GG! And Team Liquid's Bunny will regain the lead and go 2-1 up in this best of 9 series against Alternate Attack's ShoWTimE.